Hey guys, thanks for watching Precision Rifle Network. I'm Joel. Today we have the Gray Ops Precision amp plate. Stick with me to find out what this little guy is all about. Alright guys, so the amp plate, AMP, stands for ARCA Multi-plate. ARCA is just the attachment method, that's fairly common to photography for years, but it's kind of made its way into the firearms industry as well. It's also called a dovetail, but it's just the attachment. So the plate can attach to the top of tripods or anything like that. You can also attach chassis or stocks to the amp plate by using this attachment point. So you can immediately see how it can be used for shooting, but it's also to be used as a tack table, meaning you can use it as a rear support behind your gun when you're shooting off of barricades or various different obstacles. You can use it as a front support on a bag. It comes in really handy, makes things super stable and steady. You can mount your binoculars to it and your rangefinder to it, and any number of other uses. And so it's a pretty handy system. And so let's get into a few more of the features of this thing. Let's talk about front support first. So after attaching this thing to your ARCA rail underneath your rifle, or if you have one that's part of your chassis, like the MDT chassis or the Masterpiece Arms chassis, you can obviously just attach it right to the rail on the front of your gun. And then when you go to lay the gun down on top of the barricade bag, now you have this really wide platform. There's a lot of surface area, a lot of purchase there, and so it really helps to flatten the bag out and makes your shooting platform that much more stable. You can also put your hand up on the front of the plate and press down, and it helps me to hold my gun better into the bag and therefore into the barricade, making the entire system that much more stable. Really works well for this, guys. Let's talk briefly about rear support. You can leave the amp plate just attached to the top of a tripod and bring it up onto a stage with you as long as it's allowed. And you can run a bag at the rear on top of the tack table now, right? And you can just kind of support the rear of your rifle there, and then the front of your rifle still on a barricade bag on whatever barricade you're running on. And this is absolutely as stable as prone. Just from my testing anyway, I had no wobble whatsoever. It was very stable. The primary way that I am going to be using this product, the amp plate, is to attach my binoculars and my rangefinder to the top of it. One downside to running these side by side like this is that you're fine looking through your binoculars, but then when you switch to the smaller rangefinder, typically a smaller rangefinder, your face ends up running into your optics. And so you need a little bit more space. And now, Gray Ops CNC has come up with an adapter plate that you can just attach that ends up moving the rangefinder out to the side so that you can just have more space for your face, and I think it works really well. And this is going to be the primary way that I'm going to use this. I don't tend to use tripods for rear support all that much. I may try this as a front support for sure, but for the most part, it's going to be staying on top of my tripod, using it as a mount for my glass and for my rangefinder. I just find it really, really useful in that regard. Well guys, so the amp plate, and this one that you're looking at here, actually I need to mention there's different configurations. So the one that I have here is the Amp Elite, the ARCA Multi-plate. The MSRP on it is $259.99. They also make a minigun plate, which just it's a smaller plate. It has just one ARCA attachment point, and the MSRP on that one is $149.99. And I do highly recommend you buy the rangefinder extension plate for this, so you can move your rangefinder out to the side and it just free up a little bit more room for your face. And it really works out well. Items that you might attach, like for example my Swirl binoculars, and the mount that comes with them is designed to be mounted one direction. You need to be able to rotate that, so Gray Ops provides these four-sided dovetail mounts to alleviate that very problem. And so you buy one of those mounts and you attach it to the bottom of, say, your binocular mount. Now all of a sudden you can turn your your binoculars or your rangefinder or whatever product it is, 90 degrees and have it pointing the right direction. So all good things, guys. Thanks for watching Precision Rifle Network today. Stay tuned for more great videos.